Okay, so this is a quick feedback on Xbose ergonomic mechanical keyboard nature variant. I've been using it for about months and 3 months and a half, and well, at the end I have to switch back to standard one, this previous keyboard, and now I will share and show what I tried and what didn't work for me as a programmer. I'm programming about like 20 years maybe. So first, how I did set up my keyboard. So here is home, here is end, here is shift standard and shift again. This is not control, this is shift. All the rest is pretty much the same, except that another layer I added some multimedia keys. So what's wrong with this approach? Yeah, and eventually I had to put this metal brace. I will explain it in a moment. So home and end, programmers use it a lot, really on par with arrow keys, because well, I can probably show you. For example, if I stay like this, you see the cursor probably, and then I hit end, cursor jumps to the end of the line. If I hit home, it jumps to the beginning of the line, text of the line, not real begin. And if I hit home again, then it will jump to the very beginning of the line. So you see, I'm pressing home and it quickly jumps to the beginning of the actual text on that line. If I try to use arrow keys, that will be an age. It will take an age to go there. So home and is used a lot. For example, with shift, home end. So that's why home end is a must for a programmer. I put it home here, and it's bad because well, if you type in blind, like you don't look on the keyboard, you tend to like misalign your hand with arrow keys, and when you miss those, you can accidentally hit either end or home, whatever, and that is bad because, for example, you were sitting somewhere here, you were typing something, and then you just accidentally hit end, and you have to use arrow to go all the way to the previous place. The same goes to the home. So this this placement is really bad in the sense of error recovery. So it's not only ergonomic, should be ergonomic for like normal typing, but it should be ergonomic for errors recovery process. In this standard layout, home end is really separate way there, and there is no way you can hit those while you're kind of trying to navigate a bit inside the line. So that's one thing. Another thing that there is no gap here. So here is like 6 millimeters gap, no gap here, and it's bad. On this keyboard, I set and it's okay in the way that arrow up, down, left, right, and then home and here. So it's more like an Lenovo ThinkPads, and it's also fine. So this is the preferred and the best way of navigation block for programmers. Like here in Lenovo, you know, they have this half height buttons keys, but they also fine. But I found it easier to work like that because it's the end of the keyboard, so it's easier to jump here in blind, not looking to keyboard. So that's one thing that definitely should be improved here. Okay, so next thing which is really annoys me is that I accidentally misalign or overshoot end and edge, and then it's either enter or delete or backspace. It's also really annoying. So eventually I put this metal brace which like aligns with the top surface of keys, and now when I kind of overshoot, then I hit this metal brace and don't hit enter or don't hit backspace when I want to hit H or N. So this is another really annoying thing that this keyboard have. At some point I tried to place shifts under these spaces, and it was really kind of wonderful because you can hold with thumb, and then you can really kind of hit any uppercase or alternate like shifted keys with like one hand. But like extending thumb to hit space was awkward, so I switched it back to this normal shifts placement: shift here, space here, and space here. That's what I did, and as I said, I was using this keyboard for about 3.5 months and still couldn't get used to it. So every time I sat down, it wasn't like, I still have to use this one. So, what I would change to make this keyboard more useful or more ergonomic? So, first of all, move this block this 5 millimeters to the right and probably 5 millimeters down. Put another two buttons, home and end here. Maybe in the future I will try to map this home end, and then we'll use like another mapping to page up and page down with function key, because like page up and page down are not that much used actually. So they are used, they are okay, they're needed, but not that much as home and end. Next is that this like it's fans, so it goes like this, narrow to the wider. So this is okay and fine for the main columns of keys, but this one shouldn't go like fan to the left. It should be right beside this column, because well, reaching out is a strain. So it's always like you kind of I miss that row a lot, and that's why I miss this rows and try to overshoot and go to that hit backspace or enter. Again, this is fine, but it should be already vertical, and those also should be like packed to it, so no extra gap here. That's what I would do. With this block, it's really hard to judge what can be done about it, because well, next time I will use this keyboard, and I will use it for sure, because it you know, it changes the way your wrist works, and when you like over 40 years, then it really helps with this repetitive strain stuff. So I'm sure that I will be back to that keyboard. Next time I will train myself to use enter only with right finger and backspace with left finger. And actually this brace I will change it so it will have like mohe here, so I couldn't press it, like I will be just bumping in this brace with right finger and the same I will do in this from the left side. So it will be like higher here and lower here. So I will not be able to hit the enter without like going over this hedge with the left finger. So that's what I will do to try something different or to fix the issue. But if I would redo this block, I will show you what happens here. So here's enter, here's character and backspace. So if I miss enter or backspace, I will just introduce this character. And this is a question of hitting like delete or backspace to remove it and then reheat enter or backspace again. Here it's more annoying because they are like packed together, and when you want to hit enter, you and you miss and you hit backspace, then you should go to the previous character and really look what's there and retype it. If you want to hit backspace but you hit enter, for example, I will show you somewhere here. Where is me? Okay. So if I want to delete here, I want to hit backspace like this. I want to delete this semicolon, but instead I miss and I hit enter. So you see there is really lots of things to delete to return to previous state, to previous situation, to delete this character. So this is really annoying. This is really long recovery sequence. And this is really no go for a programmer. You shouldn't spend time to recover too much, to recover too long from mistyping. So that's one major issue. The same kind of type of issue with home end, because this jumps to some other location and you have to return it, really go to these errors, and it really takes a long time to return to the location where you was editing. And here if you want to hit backspace but you miss and you hit enter, then again you will introduce that new line with lots of spaces in programmer and IDE, and that is a lot of time to remove it. And okay, you can hit undo, but you should again train yourself to do it, and it's annoying. So what I would do, I would probably, because this one will go like packed to the right, to that row, to that column, here will be more space naturally, so it should be more space here between those two, probably again this 5 millimeters, and these two should be spaced, so this key should be higher and there should be space here like this 5 to 6 millimeters, so accidental hitting of it wouldn't be an issue. See, so this is ergonomical and really kind of important things that I would change. Another thing that is a bit of annoyance is like 80 millimeters USB-C, which is not common. It happened to me that I forgot it in another city, so I understand that it's cheap so it doesn't matter which one you will get in production, in manufacturing, but so it's cheaper not to produce any like bigger hole or another operation to make this keyboard. But well, to the point of view of user, of a customer, for me it's an annoyance. I had to really kind of buy a few of those, and it turned out that 10 millimeters long, and keep it in the different places where tend to work. Well, otherwise everything else is working just fine. These stands are fine. Software for programming on line 1 is also just works perfect. No errors, no problems with that whatsoever. So yeah, don't get me wrong. That's that I want to criticize or whatever, because when I saw this keyboard, I thought for myself, wow, probably I would do that the same layout. But one thing is when you look at it, and the other thing when you try to use it like 3 months or so every day, and yeah, you will see flaws, or you will see adjustments that you should do to make it really work. So again, this column should be packed to that one, so there is no like long reach for left finger. Again, this column should be packed, so it kind of should be this vertical, then that's a bit rotated, and that is packed. So there shouldn't be no long reaches like this. It's really kind of strangeful. And again, long reaches like that, because it like 5 millimeters. You shouldn't go that way. Like 5 millimeters more. That yeah, you could just place it there, and it will be less. Like here, no need for this 5 millimeters here. They do nothing, because well, they just make the distance longer. So they probably better be here, and between these two keys, and probably even between these. So like 5 millimeters and 5 millimeters and 5 millimeters in perimeter. That would make a better keyboard for less prone for overshoot mistakes, which are really takes long to correct. Otherwise, yeah, well, this is like the first version, I suppose, with hot swappable switches. It's a guitar on silent red, and yeah, silence is the way to go, because nobody wants to listen how you like erratically typing, because well, programming is kind of erratic spurs of typing and then silence. It's not rhythmical. It's not rhythmical in any way, and you won't be like, nobody will appreciate that your keyboard just like, here is like cherry browns, they are loud. So I plan to for the moment buy Keychron K8 hot swappable, and will swap this silence to that keyboard, because well, I couldn't find like this K8 with silent red keys here in Kiev, and probably another one that I would make it Bluetooth, because this yeah, it should be there for gaming, but for programmer, if you work like with notebooks and you would like to move around, so without any like extra wires. So that's my review and so to say comparison with this Vermilo. What is that? Ow. It's Vermilo VD 87M. It's a Bluetooth version, and it's browns, and they are loud. I tend to work like early mornings when everybody is asleep here, and yeah, it's loud. It's really loud. This is a softer and quieter. So actually, I would like to see this evolution of this keyboard with all this stuff that I said implemented, and for sure I will try that out. Thank you for watching. Bye.